Well, I would say they're going to be in trouble. We'll let them know about that. We heard that happen, but it wasn't really over, not like they described. But I would say, General, if they do that, you have a choice of doing anything you want. If they do put us in a dangerous position, they'll be shut down.
As tensions continue to rise between America and Venezuela, Trump has already given the go signal to strike Maduro's forces if they put American troops in danger. Trump gave the order after Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets once again provoked the US-guided missile destroyer in international waters. Where will this clash between the two nations lead? And more importantly, can Venezuela truly match America's ever-growing power in the Caribbean? Before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us small creators. Thank you so much. According to CNN reports from sources familiar with the administration's plans, President Donald Trump is seriously weighing various military strike options against drug cartels in Venezuela. This marks a clear and dangerous shift, as US forces could target sites inside Venezuela itself as part of a broader plan to weaken Nicolás Maduro's grip on power. Tuesday's deadly strike on a suspected Venezuelan drug boat is a direct reflection of the military options being considered, according to CNN sources. That strike killed 10 people, and according to many sources, this is only the beginning of a larger operation aimed at eliminating narcotics trafficking in the region and possibly removing Maduro from power. Earlier this year, Trump authorized the military to carry out lethal operations against cartels his administration defined as criminal groups. A source familiar with the issue said that if there is an opportunity to kill criminals, Trump would immediately give the green light to do so. The military buildup around Venezuela is massive and deliberate. Warships armed with guided missiles, an attack submarine, and more than 4,000 US sailors and Marines are stationed near Venezuelan waters. Two White House officials confirmed to CNN that 10 advanced F-35 fighter jets were also deployed to Puerto Rico, where a Marine unit is currently conducting amphibious landing training exercises. According to the officials, this deployment is meant as a message to Maduro showcasing America's military strength in the region. The administration has also tied Maduro to the broader anti-drug mission, labeling him a narcoterrorist connected to cartels and doubling the bounty for his capture to $50 million. The preferred outcome, according to officials, is for Maduro to step down voluntarily. And their message is clear. Do you want this to be easy, or do you want it to be hard? Two White House officials also told CNN that similar strikes could occur in the future. While Trump's ultimate intentions remain unclear, one official said there is no indication that Trump has fully decided to begin military strikes inside Venezuela, though that option remains open. When asked about it, Secretary of State Marco Rubio responded directly. A reporter asked, "Will you act on Venezuelan soil against the regime?"
Will you act on Venezuelan soil against the Maduro regime?
Well, this is a counter-drug operation. We're going to take on drug cartels wherever they are and wherever they're operating against the interests of the United States. The president's top obligation is to secure the national interest and the national security of our people.
The situation grew even more heated when Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets began blocking American naval forces, described by Defense Department officials in CBS News as a game of chicken. For the second time in 2 days, Venezuelan aircraft flew over the USS Jason Dunham in international waters near South America. According to Defense Department officials, the aircraft approached within weapons range of both the jets and the destroyer, even though the Dunham did not fire. These provocative flyovers are exactly the type of escalation that could trigger a military response already authorized by Trump. When asked by reporters what would happen if Venezuela repeated these actions, Trump answered directly, "All I can say is, they'll be in trouble. We will let them know that. But if they put us in a dangerous position, they will be brought down." On Friday, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro responded, calling on the United States to stop what he described as a plan for violent regime change in his country and across Latin America. Despite rising tensions, Maduro still tried to maintain a diplomatic tone toward Trump himself. Maduro said, "The government of the United States must stop its plan for violent regime change in Venezuela and throughout Latin America and the Caribbean, and respect sovereignty, the right to peace, and freedom." In a surprising statement, Maduro added that even though he and Trump had differences, that was no reason for military conflict. "I respect him. We've had differences, but none of them should lead to high-impact military conflict or violence in South America or our Americas. There is no justification for that." Maduro also directly challenged America's narrative about Venezuela's role in drug trafficking, comparing it to the Iraq War. He said, "It's not true. I tell the people of the United States, it's not true that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And it's not true what they say about Venezuela. It's not true. It's just a dead end they're walking into." Venezuela is always ready to talk. But while we are ready to talk, we demand respect for our country and our people. When Trump was asked by reporters if he wanted regime change in Venezuela, his response was cautious. "Well, that's not what we're talking about. But we are talking about an election that is very strange. I'm being nice when I say that. All I can say is billions of dollars of drugs are coming into our country from Venezuela. Venezuela opened their prisons to our country. They sent their prisoners, the worst prisoners, murderers, criminals you can't even imagine. And now, they're happily living in the United States of America. Now, many of them we've already removed." As military tensions intensified, Maduro announced an extraordinary mobilization effort, calling on more than 8 million Venezuelans to prepare for possible conflict against the United States. The call on state television marked one of the largest civilian defense mobilizations in Latin American history. According to Venezuelan state media, they plan to deploy over 15,000 defense bases and more than 5,000 communal militia units nationwide. These forces fall under the National Bolivarian Militia, a civilian reserve system created by the late Hugo Chavez to involve ordinary citizens in the nation's defense. Maduro declared that more than 1 million citizens have already undergone training, and new enlistments through digital platforms are expected to push the number past 8 million. He presented the mobilization not just as a defense of Venezuela, but of the entire region. He insisted Venezuela stands against America's broader ambitions in Latin America and the Caribbean. As Maduro mobilizes millions and Trump strengthens military operations, the Caribbean appears to be entering a new and dangerous chapter. With both leaders standing firm, the region could become the next arena of open confrontation between the United States and a Latin American government, with implications reaching far beyond Venezuela's borders.